What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. I hope you guys are excited for today. The last video that we're going to be covering is Ultimate Spider-Man, issue number 7, being written by Jonathan Hickman and hands down the best thing coming out of the Ultimate Universe. The last couple of issues have been really building up the backstory, having us understand the world of 6160, of who Peter Parker is in this world, as well as Harry Osborn, who they've become with not having all the superhero stuff intertwined in their lives. But with Harry and Peter trying to be superheroes, they go against Wilson Fisk and they get beat down. So they're going to take a step back and they're going to try to find out a way to come at this while learning about their suits, what kind of technology this is, where it comes from, and what the extent of its abilities truly are. And you're going to want to make sure you stick around to the end, because Ultimate Spider-Man is about to get turned up to 11. So make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into this issue, we're picking up with Peter, Harry, and Dr. Octavius. Currently, Dr. Octavius is looking over the suit of Green Goblin, and while the Doc does this, Spider-Man's really not sure if he's okay with Dr. Octavius being here. Not really knowing who he is, though Harry is vouching for him, saying that he's a genius, that he's been around forever, he worked for his father, so on and so forth. So he's someone that can be trusted. But Dr. Octavius goes into explaining exactly where they're at. That these suits are both Stark tech, but they were built using two different completely types of engineering. So you have Stark 1.0 and Stark 2.0. Harry's suit is basically a dedicated piece of very sophisticated hardware, top of the line, flawless. If Dr. Octavius was pressed, he would call it the perfect war machine. Has AI on board, navigation, propulsion, the whole 9 yards. But more than that, you can customize it to whatever you want. But the Picotech that Spider-Man has, this is beyond that. Highly adaptable, transformable, and both of the suits are running on the same network. They don't have to. They can operate independently. This is why Harry was able to shut down Spider-Man's suit. Dr. Octavius continuing on saying that the suits, they've been in safe mode this whole time. They have an onboard AI that you can use for anything. Combat analysis, life support, any kind of higher function problem solving really. They just have to turn them on and give them a profile to map it. And when he says profile, you gotta think of it like a personality. But it's more than that. It's like a base level consciousness. He has prepared several prototypes. He's got Napoleon, Lincoln, Caesar, Gandhi, even made one of Dr. Octavius if they want to use that. Peter, he prefers to hear himself, which they can do. They can get a biometric, a brain scan of his mind, and the AI can be a base level consciousness of Peter Parker. Now, Harry, on the other hand, he wants his father. Picking up with Jonah and Ben Parker, they've come to meet somebody in a shady little parking garage. All very cloak and dagger, all very secretive. They're kind of making fun of the situation, but they get handed an envelope. And when they open this envelope up, they see that this is not no small thing. The person that's being cloak and dagger is Robbie Robertson, somebody that worked at the Bugle with them, but he's not allowed to publish the story, afraid of who is watching, who might be looking. He is giving it to Ben and Jonah so that they can follow up in the story. But more than that, Robbie is agreeing to be their inside man, that maybe eventually he'll come over to their side and work for them. But for the time being, he's gonna be their spy, if you will. Hopping over to a meeting taking place with Captain Britain and Wilson Fisk. And Britain is really just admitting that Fisk was right. This situation has grown into a much larger problem than he first believed. A lesson that he learned recently, and we can see that in Ultimate's issue number 1. But he does say he has a solution. He has come bearing gifts. He has now gifted him an entire team of agents. Going on to say that it embarrasses him that he lacks a more subtle out, but he supposes that there are worse ideas throwing numbers at problems. But when offered with this gift, Wilson Fisk says no thank you, that he knows his adversaries. He knows they can be beaten. He knows how to do it, and he will do it on his own terms. When asked about what his plan is to handle the situation, Wilson Fisk says that it's it's not one plan, but 6 of them. Taking us back over to Peter and Harry. The two of them have been doing just a little bit of hand-to-hand combat, just so Dr. Octavius can get an understanding of the systems, of tactical scenarios. The next step is activating the suit's AI and recording changes in any functionality. But once they're on, they're on. To turn it off would be, completely turning off the systems for good. So there is no going back and doing this again. And with them being electrified, Harry's father almost instantly begins to speak to him, telling everybody to show what you've got. And Peter's is really just him talking to himself, telling him how good of a father he is, that he should get some presents for the kids. And Peter starts to think that maybe this isn't the best idea. But Green Goblin says that they're doing this thing. And so the two of them begin to brawl. They begin to exchange blows. But Peter is now seeing that Harry's not just playing around. He's playing for keeps. His father's voice in his head egging him on, pushing him to go farther, telling him that he is useless. He tells him that he is weak, that he's an embarrassment. And in this anger, he blasts Spider-Man with his chest as he goes flying back. Spider-Man's asking, are we good? Are we okay? I just got hit hard. But the AI is telling him he's fine. At most, in this situation, Harry just needs some therapy. This is when Dr. Octavius lets them know that he is picking up a third carrier signal. There is another Stark suit. Something else is on the network. Something is tapping in. That is when we hear the voice of Iron Lad. Tony Stark has made his arrival. He told Peter he would be back in 6 months. And so here he is. And now Iron Lad has only one question for Spider-Man. Are you a hero yet? And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Alright, so yet another absolutely fantastic Ultimate Spider-Man issue. Really, Harry and Peter are just learning the true extent of their suits. How capable are, how powerful they can be, that they went and fought Wilson Fisk in freaking safe mode. So we can guarantee whatever fight comes next, they're gonna be more than ready for. We can suspect that that fight is gonna be the Sinister Six. Wilson Fisk brought up that he's got 6 plans to deal with Peter and Harry. We gotta assume that it's the Sinister Six. Now, Iron Lad showing up here, I don't think that it's gonna have much significance. I think it's gonna help put them on the right path, show them the direction that they need to go in. But the truth is, Peter's not ready for what's about to come. He still needs more time. He still needs more training, more experience. And so while I think it's going to be awesome to see Iron Lad around, I don't think Peter is going to be joining up with the Ultimates just yet. But I could be wrong on that, and I'm 100% on board to see it. Now when it comes to Harry Osborn, him adding his father's head in there seems like a path in the wrong direction for Harry. He seems like a guy that wants to do the right thing, but he might be turning in the wrong direction. Having his father's base level consciousness constantly talking to him, egging him on, talking him down to him, treating him less than, this could lead down the path of villainy, or at the very least, anti-hero. And so it's a risky path moving forward for both Harry Osborn and Peter Parker. Enemies all around them, unprepared and unready for the Maker's return. With time being limited, Peter Parker is gonna have to learn to be Spider-Man. He's gonna have to learn decades of experience within a very short amount of time because the entire universe is at stake. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your theories. If you want to get caught up on everything that has been going on with Ultimate Spider-Man or the Ultimate Universe, check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It is going to get you completely caught up on everything that has been going on with this series. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. Much like Patreon, having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50 from loyalty badges to comics every single month. Not only are you helping out the channel tremendously, you are getting tons of perks in the process. Now, if you're unable to do this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.